So potential energy I've got on top because we like to think about potential energy in terms of gravity, but that's not the only way potential energy works. But in order to gain potential energy, you have to put energy into a system. And then if you allow it to fall back towards equilibrium where it wants to be, then energy, in fact, is released from the system. And that release, at least initially, can be kinetic energy, but it's not necessarily always going to be kinetic energy. So you put energy in, you get potential energy. You release it, you can get energy back out again. So at some point, and it was very recent, I discovered, is it clip art? Yeah, I think it's clip art. Clip art is a wonderful thing. So I wanted something, I guess I put in spring or something like that, or I don't know, whatever I put in. But anyway, I came up with that. And so that's a spring right here. And you turn the little key, and what you're doing is you're tightening up the spring. And when you're doing that, you're putting energy into the spring. You're using kinetic energy to turn the key. And now the energy is stored in that spring, and that is potential energy. And there's often some mechanism on there that locks things in place, but maybe not. But when you release that spring or release the locking mechanism, suddenly the spring starts releasing its energy, its potential energy, and it's converting that energy into kinetic energy. And that's causing the little man to do whatever the little man has done or doing. Waterfalls. So the waterfall sitting on top of this rock, or the water sitting on top of that rock, is not able to go towards the center of the earth because the rock is in place. Now I know the water's moving because it's a stream, but it's still basically in a static equilibrium. It's not going down, at least. But if you take away the rock that's underneath it, in this case the water flows to a point where that rock is no longer there, then the potential energy of position allows that water to go over the fall, at which point it's converted into kinetic energy, the energy of motion. In this case, it's the pull of gravity that's causing the movement to occur.